And good morning, everybody. This is Sherman Ray, and this is Lovin and Livin in Vegas podcast. And I want to welcome everybody to the show on a fabulous Monday after Thanksgiving weekend. And hopefully everybody is full of food. For those of you, this might be the first time that you're checking us out. I'm Sherman Ray. I'm the publisher of Lovin and Livin in Vegas magazine. And we come to you each and every day to talk about the people, the places, the trends, all that kind of cool stuff that make Las Vegas what it is. And it's really the reason why you love living here. It really is. I've lived here in Vegas for many, many years. It's probably one of the, I shouldn't say probably, it is the number one spot on the planet. And you can't ask for much more than this. So we've got some cool things that we talk about on the show. We talk about, like I said, the people, the places, the trends, that kind of stuff. And this week we got some cool things we're going to actually talk about too. But let's do some housekeeping before we get started here. If you go to our website, I don't know how many of you have gone to our website lately. Our website's actually changed, especially the front page of our website. We've made it easier for you to read some of the articles, because I know some people are complaining. They're going, Sherman, I can't get to the articles. I got to go searching around for it, that kind of stuff. So if you go to our website, you can actually see a lot of the articles right off the bat. There's kind of near a scrolling thing, the front, but you can get to it. We're adding a new section. So this section is going to be on home and beauty. We call it desert living, which is real cool. So, a lot of people don't really know how to live in the desert. I know. I remember years ago, I met a guy from Alaska. He just moved here to Vegas. He was drinking water like a sieve. And as a result of it, got waterlogged, got sick, that kind of stuff. So we teach you some of those things. We just put up an article on taking care of your plants and some great plants. Just because you live in the desert doesn't mean you have to live in a cactus garden. So we just put up an article on that. You can check that out. But just check it out. So you can go to www.lovinlivininvegas.com and you can actually check out our website. Also, our magazine, folks. Our magazine's going to be coming out in January. So January of 2022, the magazine will be coming out. Lovin and Livin in Vegas. The probably the cover won't look like that. We're still deciding on the cover, but that will be coming out January of 2022. Very excited about that. And if you would like to get a free digital copy of the magazine, all you got to do is send me an email. Send me an email to info@lovinandlivininvegas.com. That's info@lovinandlivininvegas.com, and we'll get that in your hands. We really will. Also, we're having a launch party for the magazine, and it's called the first annual Las Vegas Whiskey and Whiskers Festival. First annual Whiskey and Whiskers Festival. And we're going to have a competition there, folks. So we're going to have a competition there for whiskers. So if you've got some hair on your face during November, you've been growing it, don't shave it now. Today, tomorrow, I think tomorrow is the 30th. Usually guys shave off their mustache and beard. Don't shave it, guys. Keep it going. I've been growing mine all month long. You can get involved in our festival and show off those whiskers. I'm not going to shave, folks. I've shaved my head, of course, but you can get involved in our Whiskey and Whiskers Festival, the competition. Excuse me. I'm yawning. It's early in the morning. And cash prizes, all that cool stuff. Just really can. You'll love it. You will love it. So that's, once again, for more details on that, you go to our website. We're going to be putting up that information on our website at www.lovinandlivininvegas. It's www.lovinandlivininvegas, and you can check that out. So like I said, we're going to be talking about, and hopefully we've been having a difficulty in our broadcast. So just bear with us with the connection. For some reason, we seem to be dropping in and out on our connection, but hopefully it'll continue to hold tight, hold steady. Um, because if not, we'll have some real problems here. So let's start with a story about the menorah lighting. Okay, so if for those of you who are Jewish friends, the Hanukkah just started. Hanukkah, the first day of Hanukkah started on Sunday. We want to welcome all of our Jewish friends and neighbors who are a part of the community. They did the tree lighting last night, so they started the first night of Hanukkah with the first candle. There's 12. How many candles are there? I forgot. It's 12. I think there's 12. Or is it 7? I forgot. So somebody send me a note on that. Here, I'm gonna put a little note in our thing below us here and say how many candles are on a menorah. And I'm gonna spell menorah wrong, so sorry about that. Okay, how many candles are on a menorah? Because I forgot to tell you the truth. I really did. So anyways, they were lighting last night. Las Vegas locals gathered in downtown Las Vegas to mark the beginning of Hanukkah Sunday evening. Chabad of Southern Nevada lit a 20-foot menorah on Fremont Street at sundown. It's very cool. It's a real cool ceremony to see something like that. Organizers and Maryland Mayor Carolyn Goodman, who is Jewish, said tonight's lighting is done to recognize the need for hope during a difficult year for many local families. That's true. There'll be other tree lighting ceremonies all over town. I mean, they're all over the town. There's no doubt about it. I mean, there's a very large, I shouldn't say a large, community of Jewish folks, but there are, there's enough people here that really represent the Jewish community very well. So we want to, you can find these candle lighting ceremonies all over the town. So not just downtown, but look all over the place. And we really encourage you, if you are Jewish, get going. Get involved in, Hebrew school and all the other stuff, because there's a really great vibe with the whole Jewish community. I was watching a show. I know, I'm a Jamaican guy, right? But I was watching a show last night on, Shelley Berkeley was on. There's another, Philippe. What's Philippe's last name? Oh, Philippe Goodman. No. Oh, gosh. Forgot his last name. Forgot the guy's name. So Felipe is his first name, but he is actually the rabbi over at one of the larger temples here in town. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. And they were talking about some of the things that are going on, that aren't so cool, that are focused on the Jewish community. But I say all that to say this, that Jewish people of any ethnic background really should embrace their ethnicity. Get on with it. I mean, get going with it. Right on. There was a story. Are you looking for a job? How many of you are looking for a job? Because if you are, there are more than 1,000 jobs up for grab at a job fair at the Boulevard Mall on Tuesday. So it's coming up pretty quick here, folks. More than 1,000 jobs will be up for grabs at a hiring event at Boulevard Mall on Tuesday, November 30th. So that's just tomorrow. So you got time to get your resume together, all that kind of stuff. About 30 employees will take part in the event, including several Las Vegas Strip properties, as well as jobs that offer remote opportunities. Hey, there's a lot of people in Vegas now that are working remotely. So this is really important, that if you head out to the Boulevard Mall, and we'll actually put a link to the job. We'll actually post this article on Facebook, and there's a link on it. If you just go down just a little ways in the article, you can actually see the link for applications for the event. And this is it's called westcoastjobfairs.com. So if you don't go to our website, westcoastjobfairs, .com, westcoastjobfairs.com. 1,000 jobs. Okay, that's a huge amount of jobs that are going to be available, and we encourage you, if you need a job, this is a place to go. For those of you, this might be the first time you're joining us. I'm Sherman Ray. I'm the publisher of Lovin and Livin in Vegas magazine. We come to you each and every day, Monday through Friday, 8:30 to about 9 o'clock, and we talk about the people, the places, the trends, the events that are going on in Vegas. And it's the reason why you're loving and living in Vegas. It really is. It's a fabulous place. It grows on you. And the more I do the show, and I've been doing shows like this about Las Vegas, well over 10 years. Well over 10 years where I've been focusing on Vegas. The more I know about Vegas and the more I report on Vegas, the more I love this place. The more it's interesting, the history, some of the cool stuff, and you get to find out stuff about your community that you just would never have known. So you stick with us, you're going to know a little bit more about Vegas. I think you're going to really enjoy it. We also put out a magazine. It's called Lovin and Livin in Vegas. Our inaugural magazine will be coming out January, and so keep an eye out for that, folks. I'm really looking forward to that. You can get a digital copy if you want it, and you can just send us an email at info@lovinandlivininvegas.com. That's info@lovinandlivininvegas.com, and you can actually get a digital copy of the magazine. It's free. Great stuff in it. We're going to have some great articles about some cool folks. It's not going to just be fluff. It's not going to be just, some magazines are just fluff. Okay, you're really going to have some great stories about some cool people, so you know why we love living in Vegas. And if you want a digital copy of it, just send me an email at info@lovinandlivininvegas.com. Okay, you can actually get a copy of it. Let's talk about here real quick. We're going to talk about what happened over the weekend. Okay, the Vegas Golden Knights. Okay, all right. So I'm a little upset, but I'm not. It happens. Okay, the Vegas Golden Knights, they lost at home to Edmonton Oilers 3-2. Okay, so tough game. We're having a tough time this year. We really are. Now the Vegas Golden Knights started out our first 3 years, just on fire. Hitting all. So we're in fourth place right now. We still have a long way to go in the season, but right now we're in fourth place in the Pacific Division. Got to get on the schneid. Got to get off the schneid, get on the wheel, and start really working hard. And so we're going to be playing again. Our next game is actually against the Anaheim Ducks, December 1st. So we got a little bit of time. We got to get going though. Okay. The Henderson Silver Knights, though, they won in a thriller, though. They beat Iowa 6-5. They were behind most of the game, okay? And then they came on in the last period and just won 6-5. So, exciting games. It's just exciting happening games. We're becoming the sports mecca of the world. And you can't ask for much more. You really can't. You live in a town where you've got a lot of cool things going on and a lot of cool things that are going to continue to go on. Okay, we did a story last week about the Oakland A's that they bought a piece of property. We're still doing some investigating on that. I want to find out where was that piece of property at, how big was it, that kind of stuff. We want to know because we want to know how close is there a possibility that the Oakland A's are going to come to Vegas. You never know. Speaking about any Oakland or former Oakland teams or teams that were stealing from Oakland, the Raiders, they played on Thanksgiving, and they beat my Dallas Cowboys, which that's fine. I'm cool with that. Well, I'm not really cool with it, but it happens. That your favorite team gets beat. It's all right. I'm not upset. But the Raiders are going to play again at Allegiant Stadium. I think they're playing against the Washington football team on December 5th. So they'll be out there, which will be cool. There's actually other games. What other game? I'm going to be going to a college game December 2nd. And I think, no. Is it December 2nd? Yeah, it's pretty close. We've got some college games coming up. And I'm going to make an announcement on that. I've got to check that out. Because I may not be able to go to that December 2nd game. And I was given some tickets. So if you want tickets to this game, I'm going to check first. I'll check with the person who gave them to me to see if they'll actually allow me to give these tickets away. But yeah, it's the Pac-12 football championships. What? Yes, I know. And I got tickets to the games. I will ask first. I'll ask somebody, because if I can, I'm going to give them away. Okay, I'm going to give the tickets away because I may not be able to go to the game. Okay, so the Raiders are going to be playing the 5th, and they'll be playing at Allegiant Stadium. We got all kinds of stuff going on here in Vegas. Really do. So very exciting time to be in Vegas. What else are we going to look about? Let's talk about some folks that are traveling, because we have a lot of people traveling to and fro here in the Valley. If you have been in and out of Vegas in the last couple of weeks, you know it is murder, just murder. As a matter of fact, people going home to and fro this weekend for Thanksgiving found themselves in a 20-mile traffic jam. Not a little traffic jam, 20 miles between here and like forever. You know, I mean, if you try to, and we talked about that. If you, matter of fact, we did a video. It's on our Facebook page. It's also on our website, on hacks that every Las Vegan should know. If you live in Vegas, you should know these things. One of our hacks was never, and I will repeat this, never to leave Las Vegas on Friday or Saturday. Ever. Okay, don't. Because you'll find yourself in a 20-mile traffic jam like all these other people did. And if these folks had looked at the, actually checked out our video, they would have known. It's probably a bad idea. Wouldn't have been sitting in their cars for probably 6-7 hours. 20 miles is a long time. It's a long way. Let's do this really quick. As a matter of fact, I'm going to do another story first. Now, many of you heard about, what's her name? Oh, gosh. Catalina Enriquez. Okay, and you probably heard about her. She was back in July, and she won the Miss Nevada USA contest. Now, what is so special about Catalina Enriquez? Well, she's the first openly transgender contestant to compete in the Miss USA, in the Miss Nevada contest, and she won. And now she's actually going to be going for the Miss USA pageant this fall. This is just like in a couple of days. So the Miss USA competition is going to be there. We have a contestant from Nevada, and she'll be the first openly gay contestant to be in the Miss USA competition. And, probably going to win. I wouldn't doubt it. It's not impossible. I wanted to make sure we all knew that. That's pretty crazy stuff. Let's talk about how to travel affordable. How to travel affordable. And we once again, we did a story on this on our Facebook page, or excuse me, on our website, and it's talking about how to get those best deals. There's some great things that you need to know, because right now is that traveling season, and if you're not paying attention to this, I'll tell you, you're probably going to lose your shirt. So definitely keep this in mind as you're thinking about traveling, and you want to save some cut. So ways to keep costs down. So Robin Sachs Frankel is with Forbes Advisor. She says the deals are there, but people have to be a little creative this year. So there are deals out there. Even though fuel prices are up, even though airplane prices are slightly up, they're really not up that much. They're up slightly, but we're here to cut costs. And why pay even more? Especially people coming to Vegas. So you're coming to Vegas, we want to help you get to Vegas. So here, think about this. So instead of going to Miami, she said about springtime travel, maybe you go to a small town in Florida's Panhandle, for example, that doesn't have as much hustle and bustle. So instead of going to the exact place where you want to go, and you want how about go to another place that's just a little outside of that major destination, because face it, folks, everybody wants to go to that place. Okay, so instead of going to, coming here to Vegas, straight to Vegas through McCarran, how about flying outside of Vegas and then driving in? Why not? Probably save yourself some bucks, and you'll still get to Vegas, right? It's kind of like what we were talking about before. Instead of maybe going to stay at one of the strip properties, how about an Airbnb or a short-term rental? How about save yourself some cash? Okay, I mean, why not? Um, how about instead of coming to Vegas on the weekends, how about coming during the week? Okay, really important. That I think that I should be writing this down. I'm glad I'm recording it. But instead of coming here to Vegas on the weekend, okay, when everybody else comes here for fight week and stuff like that, get here early. Okay, prices on rooms are a lot cheaper during the week, and because in the weekend, I'll tell you, it's murder, just murder. As a matter of fact, one of the places we were thinking about doing our event at for our Whiskers and Whiskey and Whiskers festival, they are booked solid for the day that we want to have our event. Somebody rented out the entire hotel. I know, the entire hotel. They said, no, we can't. You can't have your event on that day. You can have it the week before. You can have it the week after. But that particular day, which is on a weekend, and we didn't think anybody had anything going. They said, no, there's a group that's renting out the entire hotel. So you just got to be a little more creative. What about insurance? Is travel insurance always the best thing to get? Well, not necessarily. Sometimes you just don't need travel insurance. And you have to actually kind of weigh that. Domestically, your travel insurance could cover you for most of the things that you come across. If you're leaving the USA, it's probably a good idea to get travel insurance. So let's say you're coming from, France. You come into Las Vegas. Probably a good idea to get travel insurance. But maybe not from LA to Vegas. I mean, really? Do you need travel insurance? So there's some tips. We'll put a link to this on our Facebook page. Okay. So what about insurance to cover you in case, this is important, you are diagnosed with COVID and cannot go? Look for cancel for any reason on your insurance, as a basic policy may not protect you from known events such as COVID. Okay, so you may, on your insurance covers certain things, but it may not say I can cancel and you get your money back because you get you get unforeseeably sick with COVID. Especially now, there's a lot of people that are getting, they book their flight weeks in advance, not knowing that, a week later they get COVID and now they can't go anyplace. There's just no way. Can they redeem those tickets? Some cases not. So you don't, think about it. Just think about what you're going to do and what you're not going to do. One more story before we get out of here. The vegan community. Okay, we did a story about this last week. I think we really should go into this more. Now, the vegan community is growing more and more and more in Vegas. Am I vegan? No, I'm not really vegan, but I tend to I'm very plant forward. Okay, I just eat a lot of plant-based stuff. Not a lot of the kind of really stylistic cool stuff, but I eat a lot of veggies. As a matter of fact, because I do a lot of cooking here at home, because I used to own a restaurant, I tend to fill up most of my refrigerators full of veggies. I have a separate freezer for proteins, like meat and stuff like that. But we tend to eat a lot of veggies. You can ask my family that, gosh, Dad has a lot of veggies and he just kind of stuffs in them. Okay, but that's just me. I love it. The Vegas community is actually growing. Our vegan community is growing by leaps and bounds. And you wouldn't think so. I mean, you would think we're pretty much a meat and potatoes kind of valley. Because we're having a lot more people coming into the valley from outside of, our regular place. We have LA, we're coming from Hawaii, that kind of stuff. those folks are bringing in that culture here to Vegas. We're liking it. We're digging the whole vegan thing. So the vegan community is growing. So I'm going to give you some hacks. I love hacks. And these are hacks that if you are vegan and you go to these regular restaurants, they do have substitutes for you that work. Okay. So let me give you a couple of hacks. And this is everyday stuff that you can find pretty much at every store that goes in. So you don't have to go to the specialty store, even though we got a lot of those. We've got a lot more growing. So don't, look for the vegan restaurants because they're growing, but these you can get at any place. So if you go to Wendy's, okay, how about just ordering Wendy's plain baked potato? Take it home, add your own, pat of vegan butter, okay, but Wendy's already has a potato. Get the potato. How about Wendy's berry burst chicken salad? Just hold the meat and cheese. Right? Why not? I'm going to give you 10. So number 3, Burger King French toast sticks. This might sound strange, but they aren't made with milk or eggs. What? So their French toast sticks are not made with milk or eggs. I don't know how they get away with that, but they do. So why not have French toast? It's from Burger King. Chipotle sofritos. It's tofu braised with peppers and spices. Add it to a burrito bowl with brown rice, black beans, and tomato salsa for a killer meal. Ooh, that sounds really good, actually. So that's Chipotle sofritos, right? I mean, that sounds pretty cool. Number 5. Chick-fil-A's superfood side salad. Broccoli, kale, roasted nuts, cranberries comprise this yummy vegan alternative. I love it. I tend to eat, once again, I'm not vegan, folks, but I tend to be very veggie forward. I will probably eat, when I get my meal, and I've generally got a lot of veggies on, I will eat all the veggies, and then if I'm still hungry, I will eat the protein. Okay, that's just me. Is that you? I mean, do you do the same thing? Yeah, where you just eat all the veggies, and I do. If broccoli, whatever I'm eating, I will eat all of that stuff first. I love it. It tastes great, especially a lot of the sautéed stuff I make. And I make it with EVOO and, salt and pepper, that kind of stuff. Garlic. A lot of garlic. Okay, number 6. McDonald's fruit maple oatmeal. Order without the cream. Just order without the cream. How about Subway's Veggie Delight? Minus the cheese and mayo, add Subway vinaigrette, and you got a perfect vegan sandwich. Number 8, Denny's Build Your Own Burger. Get the veggie patty and ask for no cheese. Okay, so, and I would think that more and more restaurants are actually having those, those fantastic burgers or, incredible burgers, whatever they call them. Impossible burgers, what they call it, yeah. Okay, number 9. Taco Bell, side of black beans and rice. Add pico de gallo, lettuce, and guacamole, and you have a solid meal. And number 10, Domino's Pizza, thin crust Pacific veggie. Order with no cheese. Get all the veggies available. Very cool. Isn't that cool? Yeah, I think it's pretty cool stuff. Anyways, folks, I'm out of time. I got to leave. Once again, we will see you again tomorrow for Lovin and Livin in Vegas. I'm Sherman Ray, your host. Love you, folks. We want to invite you back tomorrow, 8:30 a.m. for another wonderful edition of Lovin and Livin in Vegas. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.